Playing the best board games for fun. Video games are fun. However, you may need to watch the screen for a long time. Board games, on the other hand, are much healthier choices. Board games existed long before video games. The Royal Game of Ur is the oldest playable board game in the world, originating around 4,600 years ago in ancient Mesopotamia. There are lots of famous board games that everyone knows, like chess, Go, and Monopoly. Card games are also considered to be board games. Board games are healthy for your body and mind. It can make you wiser and are fun to play. Based on the polls, we have selected the best board games for each genre that are both very fun and quicker. We can also connect you with the best second-hand board games, which can save you money for more fun. Firstly, we introduce the best solo board games, which you can play just by yourself. 1. GLOOMHAVEN, Jaws of the Lion. One of the best strategies, solo and cooperative games, 1 to 4 players, 60 to 120 minutes play. GLOOMHAVEN is a fantasy-themed, campaign-based tactical skirmish game, in which players try to triumph in combat-based scenarios which scale in difficulty depending on the number of players. 2. Agricola. One of the best family and two-player games, with 1 to 5 players, and 30 to 150 minutes of play. In Agricola, players are farmers who sow, plow the fields, collect wood, build stables, buy animals, expand their farms, and feed their families. 3. Wingspan. One of the best strategies is solo, card and family games, 1 to 5 players, 40 to 70 minutes play. In Wingspan, players spend food resources to add birds, which are represented by 170 individually illustrated cards, to the forest, prairie, and wetland habitats on their player boards. 4. A Feast for Odin. One of the best strategy and solo games, 1 to 4 players, 30 to 120 minutes play. A Feast for Odin is a Euro-style game focused on the placement of irregular cardboard polyominoes into boards owned by each player. The polyominoes are with art depicting various Viking-themed items such as beans, milk, flax, and linen. 5. Marvel Champions, the card game. One of the best solo, card, and cooperative games, with 1 to 4 players, and 45 to 90 minutes of play. In this game, players control decks representing heroes from the Marvel Universe, and work together to defeat a villain that is attempting to complete a scheme. Players can customize their hero's deck, and the game includes various modular encounters to customize villain scenarios. Next, some cooperative games require you to work with your friends to win the game. 1. GLOOMHAVEN, Jaws of the Lion. 2. Pandemic. One of the best family, two-player, and cooperative games, 2 to 4 players, 45 minutes play. The goal of the Pandemic is for the players, in their randomly selected roles, to work cooperatively to stop the spread of 4 diseases and cure them before a pandemic occurs. 3. Marvel Champions, the card game. 4. The Crew, Mission Deep Sea. One of the best cooperative games, with 2 to 5 players, and 20 minutes of play. In this trick-taking card game, you and the other players will work together to search for the lost continent of Mu. This new adventure takes your crew deep down into the abyss on the search for the fabled sunken land. Mission Deep Sea. 5. The Crew, The Quest for Planet 9. One of the best family, card, and cooperative games, 2 to 5 players, 20 minutes play. In this cooperative trick-taking game, the players start as astronauts on an unknown space adventure. What are the rumors on the unknown planet about? The noteworthy journey through space extends over 50 thrilling missions. In addition, there are some good party games, which can be played in a gathering with many people. 1. King of Tokyo. One of the best family and party games, with 2 to 6 players, and 30 minutes of play. In this game, you play as mutant monsters, rampaging robots, or abominable aliens fighting in a fun, chaotic atmosphere. Roll dice and select your strategy. Will you attack enemies? Heal wounds? Better your monster? Stomp your way to victory. 2. Codenames. One of the best party, family, and short games, with 2 to 8 players and 15 minutes of play. In Codenames, 2 teams compete to be the first to make contact with all of their agents. Spy masters provide one-word clues that can point to multiple words on the board. Their teammates attempt to guess words of the right color while avoiding those belonging to the opposing team. 3. Love Letter. One of the best card, family, and party games, with 2 to 4 players, and 20 minutes of play. Love Letter is a game of deduction, risk, and luck. Your objective is to get your love letter into Princess Annette's hands while deflecting the letters from competing suitors. 4. Dixit. One of the best family, party, and children games, 3 to 6 players, 30 minutes play. Using a deck of cards illustrated with dreamlike images. Players select cards that match a title suggested by the designated storyteller player. And attempt to guess which card the storyteller selected. Finally, here are all the best family board games that you can play together as a family. 1. Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. 2. The Castles of Burgundy. One of the best strategy and family games, with 2 to 4 players, and 30 to 90 minutes of play. Each player is an aristocrat, originally controlling a small princedom. While playing, they attempt to build settlements and powerful castles. Practice trade along the river, exploit silver mines, and use the knowledge of travelers. 3. Pandemic. 4. 7 Wonders. One of the best strategy, card, and family games, 2 to 7 players, 30 minutes play. Command one of the 7 great cities of the ancient world. Command one of the 7 great cities of the ancient world. Exploit the natural resources of your lands, take part in the everlasting march of progress. Develop your commercial relationships, and assert your military power. Leave your mark on the history of civilization by building an architectural wonder that will transcend the ages to come. 5. Ticket to Ride. One of the best family games, with 5 players, and 30 to 60 minutes of play. Ticket to Ride is a railway-themed German-style board game. Players collect and play train cards to claim train routes across the map. Points are earned based on the length of the claimed routes. 6. Agricola. 7. Carcassonne. One of the best family games, with 2 to 5 players, and 30 to 45 minutes of play. Carcassonne is a perfect introduction to the world of board games. With its easy rules, beautifully illustrated tiles, and iconic components. Place a tile, place a meeple, score points, and win the game. 8. Small World. One of the best strategy and family games, 2 to 5 players, 40 to 80 minutes play. In Small World, players vie for control and conquest of a world that is just too small to accommodate them all. Players race to expand their empires, occupy territory, and conquer adjacent lands to other races off the face of the earth. 9. Wingspan. 10. King of Tokyo. 11. A Feast for Odin. 12. Dominion. One of the best card and family games, with 2 to 4 players, and 30 minutes of play. In a game of Dominion, players compete to gather the most victory points by strategically building a deck of cards. Each player starts with a small deck containing a few weak cards, with which they acquire more cards with different and more powerful abilities. 13. Codenames. 14. Splendor. One of the best card, family, and short games, with 2 to 4 players, and 30 minutes of play. In Splendor, you collect chips and develop cards. Players are gem merchants of the Renaissance, developing gem mines, transportation, and shops to accumulate prestige points. 15. Love Letter. 16. Dixit. 17. Marvel Champions, the card game. 18. The Crew, Mission Deep Sea. 19. The Crew, The Quest for Planet 9. 20. Azul. One of the best family and short games, with 2 to 4 players, and 30 to 45 minutes of play. In the game Azul, players take turns selecting colored tiles from suppliers for their player board. Later in the round, players gain points based on how they've placed their tiles to decorate the palace. Extra points are earned for specific patterns and completing sets. Here we have introduced all the best board games for each genre, that are both very fun and quicker. Blue Eden Project can help you find all the best solutions and great ideas for a balanced life. We can help improve your life most simply. Join Blue Eden Project, achieve a better life, and build a better world. If you like what we shared with you today about board games and having fun, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, so that you will be the first person to receive notifications whenever we post valuable content that will help you achieve a better life. Thank you for watching.